It was one of those stormy nights when silence felt louder than thunder. Rain lashed against the windows and lightning carved strange shadows across the walls of the old house. I was sitting alone in the living room, wrapped in a blanket, trying to distract myself with a book. My parents were out of town, leaving me to watch the house for the weekend. I didn't mind being alone until I started hearing noises from the basement. At first, it was faint, like the shuffle of footsteps or the slow drag of something heavy. I tried to convince myself it was just the wind, or maybe an old pipe rattling. But then I heard it again, 3 distinct knocks coming from beneath the floor. Knock, knock, knock. My heart began to race. The sound was definitely coming from the basement door, the one near the kitchen that always stayed locked. My father had told me never to go down there. He said the foundation was weak, and there were old tools and electrical wires scattered around. It's not safe, he'd warned me. But I knew the door wasn't supposed to make noise. Slowly, I set my book aside and tiptoed toward the kitchen. The air grew colder with every step, as if something was seeping through the cracks in the floor. I could see the basement door now, trembling slightly in its frame, as though someone was gently pressing against it from the other side. Mia. My breath caught in my throat. It was a whisper, low and trembling, but it clearly said my name. I stumbled backward, staring wide-eyed at the door. No one should be down there. The basement didn't even have another exit. "Dad?" I called out, my voice cracking. "Is that you?" No reply, just another slow, dragging noise like fingernails scraping across wood. Then, that same whisper came again, closer now. "Mia, please open the door." My mind spun. I wanted to call someone, but my phone was charging upstairs. Gathering every ounce of courage, I reached for the doorknob but stopped myself. My father's words echoed in my head, "Never go down there." I stepped back, trembling. "Who's there?" I asked again. This time, a different voice replied, soft and childlike. "It's me, Lily." I'm cold. My eyes widened. Lily was my little sister. But Lily had died 2 years ago in an accident that happened in that very basement. A chill raced down my spine. My body screamed to run, but my heart wanted to believe. The voice was so familiar, so fragile, so real. "Mia," the voice pleaded. "Please, I'm trapped. Help me." Tears welled up in my eyes. I reached for the doorknob again, my fingers trembling as thunder cracked above the house. Just as I was about to turn it, the lights flickered. For a second, everything went dark. Then a shadow moved under the door, tall and thin, not the shape of a child at all. My breath quickened. Something was wrong. Terribly wrong. Then came another voice, faint but urgent, from behind me. "Mia, don't open that door." I spun around. It was my mother's voice, coming from my father's old radio on the counter. Static hissed between words, but the message was clear. "Mia, if you hear anyone calling from the basement, don't answer. It's not your sister." The radio crackled violently, then went silent. The basement door shuddered again, harder this time, as though something was slamming against it. "Don't listen to her," the childlike voice cried. "She's lying. Please, Mia, I'm scared." I stumbled backward, tears streaming down my cheeks. The lights flickered again, and I saw, just for a moment, a pale hand slip out from the gap beneath the door. Its fingers were long, too long. That was enough. I screamed and ran upstairs, slamming my bedroom door shut. I hid under the blanket, shaking uncontrollably as the storm howled outside. For hours I listened to the knocking below, softer now, but constant, patient. Sometime after midnight, everything stopped. The rain, the wind, the knocking. It all went quiet. Exhausted and terrified, I drifted into a restless sleep. When I woke the next morning, sunlight was streaming through my window. The world looked calm again, almost normal. But when I went downstairs, I froze. The basement door was wide open. The lock was broken, the frame splintered. Cold air drifted up from the darkness below. My heart pounded as I stepped closer. There were wet footprints leading from the basement door to the kitchen floor, small like a child's. but they ended abruptly near the living room rug. I followed them with trembling steps, then noticed something else, something resting on the couch. It was a small old photograph. In it were two little girls smiling, me and Lily. But Lily's face had been scratched out completely. The phone rang suddenly, startling me. I picked it up with shaking hands. "Mia," my father's voice said on the other end. "Whatever you do, don't open the basement door. We sealed it for a reason." My voice broke. "Dad, it's already open." The line went dead, and from somewhere deep below the house, the knocking started again, slow, steady, and louder than before.